Oh my god, these stories online. You may remember me from such films as the FBI visits weatherman for the National Weather Service threat. Yep, that's me. Do I take pride in it? Yeah, I actually do. I enjoy it. Why? Because I get away with it, and I will get away with it. The FBI can kiss my ass. I will always get away with everything I ever do. Why? Because I'm above the law. Above it. When you are above the law, it means you do things at the law level. When you're below the law, it means you're scared to do something. You're scared to get that extra inch. But you know what? I'm above everything. Everything to do with the law. Here's why. Why did they come over? It all started in 2011. The National Weather Service decided to say, hey, this guy's forecast, he issues tornado watches, he issues all kinds of stuff, and then they're similar to ours. And so they typed everything up. Okay, so they're like, hey, we're not associated with this guy. I don't want to be associated with them. Even if they came to me and wanted help, they can kiss my ass. I mean, it's boom, kiss my ass, because I don't even want to help them. I hate them. I will always hate them for the rest of my life. I will hate them. And guess what, National Weather Service? You got 50 years or so left, maybe 40 or so. I don't know. Depends. But you got 40 years with me, and you're gonna have it with me. And I'm gonna enjoy every single second of it. Now I'm gonna go down the list real quick. This video, I'm probably gonna get near 5 to 10 minutes right now, but I'm gonna explain everything. Now in 2011, saying that I'm just like National. No, I'm not. I don't use your logos. I don't want to pretend I'm you. I don't put your names in it. I forecast things that are custom. You forecast like shit. I don't care what you say. I don't care what other people say. You forecast like shit. If you didn't forecast like shit, then people wouldn't say, yeah, I'll believe it when I see it, to all the media outlets out there, because guess what? We all know that weather people need to be 50% right and still keep a job. It's the only job out there, and yet that's true. 50%. You have to have 50-50 or else you get fired. And hell, you probably gonna have 10 or 90 and you still will be there, because weather's still in its infancy, right? Well, no, because I always kick the National Weather Service in everything I focus on. Now, as that went along, probably about a month ago, I decided to write something on their Facebook page, because guess what? It snowed here in Southern California back on New Year's Eve. So, you know, if you look up snow Southern California, December the 31st, 2014. It snowed here in Temecula and Murrieta and everything like that. This is my home area, and they didn't even mention one bit that it was going to snow that much. I issued a snow advisory for my viewers, and all of a sudden, oh, lo and behold, it just started snowing. It's once in a 10-year event that it happened, and I nailed it, and they didn't. And guess what? Those people were stuck. Some people couldn't even get home. So, you know, it was dangerous for some to not get home. What if they had kids or so in the house or something like that? Well, you shouldn't be leaving your kids in the house anywhere without a babysitter. But, you know, what if they had something they needed to get home to or so like that, and they couldn't do it? See, the National Weather Service endangered lives that day. Okay, another thing is they endangered lives about several days ago. It's January 22nd, 2015. Several days ago, there was an ice storm in Philadelphia and parts of New Jersey. They didn't put any kind of warning for ice or any wording out there that much ice would fall. However, I did with the graphic that showed that the ice was going to be down southeast Pennsylvania going up through New Jersey, and this was an evening before it hit. So it was enough time for my viewers in that area to get that warning. And go ahead and look on the phone as well. Go to Apple Store or Android and go look for National Weather Force. If you're national, go get that, because that's where a lot of the alerts that I issue go to. Go to National Weather Force, and you will enjoy every single second of it. So anyway, it happened, and people died. So yes, I hate the National Weather Service. I will always hate them. I will never like them, because everyone thinks that they are the bomb, like in the weather community. They're the bomb, because they probably want to work for them one day. So of course they're going to be on their side and not mine. The majority of the public is going to be on my side. The fact of the matter is they got that forecast wrong. Okay, so the private industry is taking hold of the government industry, just like NASA. Okay, NASA, government decides to stop the space shuttle program, and we got SpaceX, a private industry, which is not doing very good, might I add. However, they're still launching satellites into orbit, and they'll be launching astronauts probably down the line to the International Space Station. The government, NASA, is relying on the private industry, the private sector, to take hold of space exploration for the time being because of budget reasons. So just like the National Weather Service, they're government, and they issue their own alerts. I'm private, I issue my own alert. So the private industry, me, is going to be taking a hold and control of what the National Weather Service is supposed to. You know, someone's got to do it. I've got to do it. So anyway, I was on their Facebook page saying, you know, you guys got this wrong. You guys, you know, suck. Of course, I mean, I was talking shit. And just like I said in the video, well, so the FBI guys, what did you say on that Facebook page? I was like, talking shit? Yeah, of course I was talking shit because I was pissed. I was pissed that they didn't get the forecast right. I was pissed they were endangering lives. So what happened is I said on their Facebook page that if you ever do that again, you're not going to like what happens next. Okay, that could be construed as a threat, but what is a threat? Well, step back for a second. What is a threat? A threat is basically, you know, it's how you're going to do it. It's the place you're going to be at, and it basically just incriminates you. It paints the story beforehand what the threat is going to be. Here's an example of a non-threat. This is a non-credible threat. You know, if you don't knock it off, you do that again, I swear to God, your life will be a living hell. I will make sure that you are in mortal danger. Now, yes, it sounds like a physical threat, right? Because they're in danger. But what does that mean? It means that they're going to be in danger, that either it means that you're going to beat them up. Yeah, that could be a threat, right? But it could mean that they're in danger, maybe their job. Or maybe you're going to write something online about them. You're going to try to tarnish their reputation. That could be also mean that they're going to be in danger. Their life is going to take a change. And so that's a non-credible threat. Now here's an example of a credible threat. Yo, you know, I'm going to go to your house tomorrow. I'm going to put a bomb under that car of yours. And then when you go start it, I'm going to make it explode. And all of a sudden, you're going to explode. I'm going to get it on film from across the street. I'm going to laugh and everything. I mean, right there, that's a threat, because what you did is you said where you're going to go, you said how you're going to do it, and you had intent. That is a credible threat. But in no way, shape, or form did I credibly threaten the National Weather Service. And that's why the FBI has nothing on me, and they never will. Because I always go along that line of legality. When I threaten something or an entity or something, when I get pissed off at them, I use it in a non-credible way. And yeah, it scares them. But guess what? That's not my problem. It's really not my problem, nor can the law do a damn thing about it. Because I threaten them in a way where it's non-credible and everything like that. Now, it gives me great joy because of what they've done to me in the past, what they molded me into. How I'm basically the super villain, or what you call it, of the weather community. I mean, that sounds cheesy as hell, but I guess I am, according to them and everyone else, because they beefed up security just because they thought I was going to like go there and do something about it. Now here's another thing I said. So on Thursday I'm going to be gathering supplies up and gathering all my information and intel, and then there's going to be an explosive finale. Now again, a non-credible threat. Supplies and information, explosive finale. Now it may sound like that I'm gathering supplies to make a bomb and then go over there and then blow them up. However, that only means that it's a credible threat if you think that way. But if it's a non-credible threat, which in reality it is, so in a jury would basically see that as, you know, he probably didn't even mean that, because it just says that it supplies and stuff like that, and explosive finale. Because it doesn't say to make a bomb, it doesn't say to blow you guys up. That is a credible threat. But no, I didn't say that. I said finale, explosive finale, which could be a verb for unbelievable, stupendous even, explosive finale, something that makes me get great joy and pleasure in what I'm doing to them is going to hurt them. So, you know, yeah, I gathered all my supplies and everything like that, which is like screenshots and everything like that. I sent all my stuff over to a higher up that's going to be looking into this case of why I think they're buying Facebook likes for their page. Go ahead and go to Google and search Facebook likes government, or government buys Facebook likes. It's happened in the past. It has happened. So guess what? There's no mean that it may not happen again. It may happen again. They very well could be doing it. I have proof that they're doing it. And so I sent that out there. So yeah, the FBI did come to the house because of those reasons. But again, it's non-credible. Here's another non-credible threat. When they left, and I was just like, oh my God, and reading that they were beefing up security, I was laughing. I was just like, oh my God, this is excellent. I mean, they're scared, and I love it because of what they did to me in 2011. This is payback. You guys are going to regret what you guys did, and guess what? They're regretting it because now they come to work scared. They're scared of what I'm going to do next, what my next step is, and I love it. Every single minute of it. Every day, I think of it like, oh, they're going into the office right now, and they're scared. Government agencies scared, but they can't do damn shit about it, and they never can because none of the threats are credible. And when I was on their page, I made in Photoshop, I made a Google Earth image of their office, and then I put it in a nighttime, like a bluish night, kind of like the infrared you see in the police helicopter. And then I put the infrared people there. I just Photoshopped infrared people inside the building, and I said, look, you guys, I put this on their page, look, you guys, I've got a invisible drone that's coming after you. Look out your window. You can see it, and the crosshairs are all on them. It's freaking hilarious and stuff like that. I'd like to see a jury convict me and saying, yeah, I have an invisible drone. Where's the evidence that the invisible drone is somewhere around here, isn't it? The evidence that I actually have an invisible drone that was looking at them that was armed and ready to like shoot them or something like that. That's just it makes me laugh about what this country is becoming ever since that crap 9/11 incident. I call it crap because, I mean, it's sad what happened, but I call it crap because the government is using 9/11 to mold different laws in their favor. So they're using 9/11 in order to make it stricter in the United States. Land of the free, my ass. And I will always defend the Constitution of the United States, the way of the free American life. I will always defend that. Always. I don't allow the government to use certain episodes like 9/11. Now, when I say I don't allow, I mean, yeah, they can do all they want. I ain't gonna listen, ever. I will never listen. I don't care what it does. I will never listen to them. I will never back down, and nor should you. And this is why this country is going the way it's going, because you're backing down. You know, most people are going in and saying, oh, well, I'm going to listen to what they're saying. The law is the law. No, it's not. The law is the law. The law is only what you perceive it to be from what they tell you. Okay, the only law you have to follow is the Constitution, the law that this country was founded on. That's the law that you have to follow. Go ahead and read it. Most of you probably don't even know what the Constitution is or even what each section means. Go read it. Every single one of you go read that right now, because that is the only law you should be following. Nothing else. So it brings back to what I'm saying is, yes, they did come to the house and they did do an investigation. I guess that lasted maybe 5 minutes or so before I sent them packing with their tails between their legs. They really didn't get much out of me. And I'm going to film everyone that comes to the house. You know, any law enforcement that comes to the house, the FBI agent, they're going to be filmed again, because again, that's my right. It's my property, it's my right. I can film them, it's protection, and it's to show you guys what other people go through, and that's why they decided to cut the interview short, because I was filming them and he didn't want to be filmed. And he's like this, he's like, oh, we can go ahead and go back to my office. I'm like, I ain't gonna go back to your damn office. Why am I gonna go back to your office? No way, I don't think so. And I stood my ground and couldn't do a thing about it. So, I mean, that's what you guys gotta do, is stand your ground. And this battle with the National Weather Service is going to be going forever. It's going to be going until I die, which is probably maybe 30 or 40 years from now. So it'll be going forever, and I don't really care what they say or do. Everything I do in my non-credible threats is right there at the law. The law permits me to do that because I'm not giving a credible threat, nor will I ever do a credible threat to them. And that's why nothing has ever happened in all these years that I've hated them for. If something was going to happen to them, I would have done it. If I had that mindset of doing something bad and killing someone, I would have done it by now. Because of everything they have put me through, I would have done it by now. But I'm hitting them back in other ways, which is either cyber, or which is going to be either which is going to be emotional. I screw with their minds so that they're scared to go to work. I love that. I love it. Every day I sit here, they're probably scared to go to work and they beef up security. I love it. Every single minute. If you go to Google and say National Weather Service buying bullets, I bet you that was because of me a long time ago. Anyway, that's about all I got to say is why that video was out there. And I know this video is long. It's like 15 minutes or so. But I just want to say out there, if you're watching this, is, you know, you gotta read that Constitution. You gotta know your rights, And I know a bunch of you were saying that he didn't know his rights because I would have shut up with them. No, I wanted to show you that you can talk to them, but in a certain way, where you cut that short, that you don't sit there for 15 minutes saying, I'm not going to say it, not going to show ID, not going to do that. But if you cut it short, get to the point, and you're in control, you show that you're in control, that they can skedaddle with their tails between their legs. So again, my name is Kevin, and all the information is below. Go ahead and you can like our project on Facebook. That's National Weather Force as well on your mobile. That part's free. It's the mobile app is completely free. You get my alerts. And you can make a decision on if you think that I'm a crackpot in the weather industry and I'm not accurate. Okay, so there's a bunch of people that say a storm is coming a week down the line. Why? Why do they say that? Okay, I may not be first on the call, but I am always mostly accurate because of the reason I'm not first. I don't go with what model says, hey, a storm is coming 10 days down the line. Okay, and in the forecast industry, we call them weather models. They see it, days down the line. 10 days down the line, I'm not going to say that, hey, there's a huge nor'easter coming up the East Coast. A lot of people say that, and they get all, snowmageddon on you. So once again, nationalweatherforce.com. If you're in Southern California, it's southern-california-weatherforce.com. You can find us on Facebook as well. I'll leave all those links in the on the underbar thingy below. I'm not even on YouTube that often nor care about it, so I don't even know what these terms are that you guys use. But that's about it. So stand your ground and do everything below the law, and you will be right at that line where they cannot ever convict you. And guess what? I will be here for years to come. As long as I stand at that law line and do not convict myself and do a credible threat, I am good.